All right, good evening, everybody. As you guys know, it's Witchell Joseph, aka Creative Minds, and I'm just consistent winner in the market. So everything here is for educational purposes only and entertainment purposes as well. So please proceed at your own risk. So this class, I want to talk about the state of the market, because I feel like there's a lot of things happening, and you guys should be aware of them, and they're leading up to opportunities or already showing some opportunities. So let's go into this one. All right, for this sectors. All right, guys. So which sectors were down today, guys? Anybody?
Looks like healthcare,
Mm-hmm.
consumer staples, and utilities were down a lot,
Yeah,
and industrials and communication services also.
yeah. So it's a good, let's see, one,
And
two,
real estate.
three, four, five, 6 out of 11 sectors down. The other five are up. And energy was the leader of the day. But so we see this, right? Now let's see how this translate on the chart. Because if you look at it, you see that there's more losers, but if you add up all the losers and all the winners, it's probably somewhat even, right? Somewhat. So let's look at what that looks like in the market. So we look at SPY, um, daily, and I'll take off my drawings and I'll just focus on SPY for a second. All right, so this, as you guys know, this is the SPY. So let's look what happened today. So this is a daily candle. So today's candle was somewhat of a doji. All right. So anybody not know what a doji is? This candle right here, the doji. Does anybody not know what a doji is? I guess you guys know then. So so a doji is a candle where it's basically a standstill. Like it was a pretty even fight between the buyers and the bears, where the candle has a small body and the wicks tend to be longer than the candle. So this is somewhat of a doji. There's better examples of dojis. Like for example, this one is a better example of a doji. This one right here. So these are dojis, and dojis they represent. It was a fair fight. It was a standstill. And one side did not really win that much more than the other. So even though this is a green candle, you see that this came down, right? And then you see that it actually opened up lower and came up to close right at yesterday's close. You guys see that? So this is showing that there was a standstill, and the reason why the market was up and down and jerky was because of earnings. All right. So that's that. So now what sector was down again? I think it says communication was down. XLC. XLC. Yeah, so you see communications was down today. I mean, it's been going down and it went down more today. And then what's the other one? Um Communications and do you remember what other sector was down?
Real estate, consumer staples,
Basically, healthcare, right?
healthcare. Yeah, yeah.
Yep, excellent. Look at healthcare. Wow, healthcare had a strong day down. And look, it came down to support. Look at that, healthcare. And you said consumer staples,
And real estate, I think.
real estate. Let's look at real estate. Real estate, look at real estate. Real estate looks more like the market. It's a doji, so even though it's down, it still was showing like a standstill as far as who won the war for the day. And consumer staples, XLP, what's consumer staples again? XL, let me just look, no, definitely forgot. consumer staples, XL, XLP, XLP, yeah, XLP, XLI, and XLK, XLI, yeah. So that's XLP, XLI. So industrials the doji. So notice, right? Industrials the doji, and so was healthcare. No, was it healthcare I was looking at? No, real estate, XLRE. You see how they both ended with a doji? So it's interesting to notice what sectors are correlated and kind of move similar. And then another one, XLP, consumer staples. So this is consumer staples. Okay. So that's showing how this ended up today. All right, that's fine. So now I want to get into a little bit more news. So all right, let's start right here. So can anybody read this article, the top one? Anybody able to read? I mean, willing to read?
Oh, yeah, I got it. Which one? The odds?
Yep.
The odds of the US recession are about 35% over the next 2 years, according to Goldman's latest prediction. History suggests the Feds will struggle to tighten financial conditions enough to cool inflation without causing a contraction. Chief economist John Heights wrote in a report calling it a hard path to a soft landing. That as the IMF gears up to downgrade its global growth forecast, with policymakers heading to Washington this week for meetings of the fund and the World Bank. Chinese economic woes keep mounting. The country reported the biggest drop in consumer spending and its worst unemployment rate since the earlier months of the pandemic. The March figures come alongside a strong than expected acceleration in the first quarter. GDP growth through it did not capture the full extent of COVID restrictions. April's data may reveal more weaknesses. Bloomberg Economics said authorities are taking note, with Shanghai unrevealing plans to bring factories back online.
All right. Does anybody else know about this?
I heard that China wasn't doing so good, but I didn't know all this.
It's not so good is an understatement. You guys know, like the people in China, they've been in lockdown for I think 2 weeks, if not longer. And so basically they're on lock. Like they can't even go to the grocery stores. People are on the balconies singing and screaming to the government to give them supplies because like not only that, the factories are at, I think the top factories are maybe at like 50% capacity, and the docks. Like, let me show you guys this right here. Look at this right here. So this is a picture from Long Beach so you guys, I don't know if you guys ever remember or heard about when people were taking pictures of the ships that couldn't come into the docks because there wasn't enough people to man the docks. So that's exactly what's happening in China right now. And like, so if you look at it right here, like this little chart, this is showing, this is the number of ships that are waiting to load the docks in Shanghai. And as you can see, like there's at least 300 to 500 ships that are just outside the port that can't even get in. I have a picture to show you guys. Hold on. Oh, right here. Right. So let me share my screen. So look at this picture right here. In fact, I'll just put it on the PowerPoint. I'll put this in the PowerPoint. Right here. Let's see. Not that one. Hold on, bear with me, guys. Uh, 500 plus high. Right here. So look at this picture right here, guys. So this is showing all the ships that are waiting to dock China that can't import all these things to China because there's not enough people working. So if you look at the docks right now, it's empty, and there's all these ships that can't even do what they're supposed to do. So it's over 500 ships.
Winchell, those are ships importing into China,
Yep, that can't even dock.
and those ships are coming from, I guess, various places of the world, but I don't know if I always thought of them as the master exporters, not anyone necessarily importing into them.
Well, either way, ships are not
Have
leaving.
to import to China for China to make the stuff so they can export it out to us or other people. So they still get, they still need raw material too to make what they make.
That's true.
Yeah,
to,
especially from Africa, which
yeah,
is one of
it's,
the.
it's probably more than
You
likely
can see
coming
the
from-
arrows too, coming from look like some of them coming from all over, actually. Coming from all over. Like if you look at the directions of where the arrows are coming from. So you can see some of them from Asia, Korea, and you can see them just coming in. And it's just crazy. If you look at the pictures, you'll see like 500 ships just floating in the ocean, waiting their turn.
Winchell, what's our news source?
Oh,
For this,
by the
if
way,
you don't-
by the way, it's a Witchell, like Mitchell with the W. But what were you asking?
Sorry about that.
No problem.
I was asking for our news source. We know this is not, if you don't mind sharing that, if it's confidential, I get it. I just know this is not mainstream.
I get it from a YouTuber called Trading Fraternity, and he does a lot of I think this is from his E-Trader, like the platform, the trading platform. I don't know if you ever heard of E-Trade. Like on their research tabs, on their research tools, you're able
Okay.
to look data. Yeah.
You said trading fraternity?
Fraternity, trading fraternity.
Oh, fraternity. Okay, I thought it was Trinity. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so that's what happens. That's what's happening in China right now. So China is not in a good shape, and this is why we could take options against the Chinese economy with some time on it for it to fall. And I'll show you guys that after. But we could take an option on that. And the last thing is this. Someone could read this, and then I'll go into the options.
I'll read it.
All right.
Add Libyan outages to oil fears. Output has fallen by more than 500,000 barrels a day and is bound to fall further as the Sahara field closed amid protests against PM Abdul Ahmad. I'm sorry.
Prime Minister. It's
Oh, Prime Minister. Thank you. Two ports had earlier stopped loading after the supply was halted at El Fil. The Brega export terminal was also shut, and operations at El Sadar and Ras Lanaf are threatened. Brent settled above $113 $113 for the first time since March, while the
WTI.
WTI closed just above 108.
All right. So, does anybody know what Brent and WTI are? Anybody?
Don't know.
Oil companies.
Yep, oil companies. So Brent crude is the oil that they ship, to Europe and different parts of the world. And then WTI is West Texas Intermediary. That's the oil that's pumped in Texas. Yeah, you don't grow oil. But yeah, that's the oil that's pumped in Texas is the WTI. So at this point, I'm gonna go to the charts and show you guys some of the things that's happening. Let's see. Let me go to Thinkorswim actually. So there's opportunities. So pay attention. There's opportunities in China, and you guys already know I've been talking about oil. So there's still opportunities in oil. On my screen. All right. So on Thinkorswim, when you type in a /, that's the code for the futures. So the future to look up for oil is BZ. And as you guys, oh no, / hold on, / BZ. And as you guys see right here, it says Brent crude. You guys see that right here? So these are the futures for Brent crude. And remember, they said it settled at 113. Well, here it is. That's what they're talking about. But you see, at one point, crude oil went as high as 137 per barrel. Now it's about $112 per barrel. All right. Now if I look up, let's see, WTI. The WTI is just a stock. Hold on. West Texas. And then I might not be able to look at it this way. I don't know if there's a future way to look at it. But if I was to look at WTI, I'd probably just look it up online. But I'm just not gonna do that right now. So if you just look up WTI, you'll see that it's about $105 per barrel. But my main thing is all my plays are right now are macroeconomical. So I'm looking at wheat futures, corn futures. So like ZW, this is the wheat future. So you're gonna see, you look at the chart of the wheat future, it's gonna be similar to the chart of the wheat ETF. All right. And then corn is another one, ZC. Corn is hitting all-time highs. So corn futures are doing well. So, before I get to that, China, the way you can play China is through the FXI. That's the index that tracks China. And as you can see in China, they hit a low right here of $26, but then they came back up and they've been consolidating in this range. But if they break support, I definitely see China falling. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now as far as the options, so I
What
played.
was the other? I got corn, FXI, and what was the first one?
Brent crude oil. So the future is BZ, but if you want to put the options, you can just type in BNO. BNO is the Brent oil, but that's the United States Brent oil. But if you look at the chart, it's basically the same. Versus the future BZ / so BZ is the future for Brent. Brent is the oil, but we can play off of BNO, and there's other tickers. There's other ways you can play oil. All in all, just play oil, right? Corn is the other one. So you have corn. So corn, ZC is the future. ZC is the future for corn, but the actual ETF option to play is literally called corn, CORN. That's the ETF, and you see it looks the same, right? So corn is a playable option, right? And then the other one is wheat, which is ZW, the future for wheat, but to actually play that ETF and options, its ticker symbol is WEAT. And as you can see, so as you can see, wheat has started to come back alive. And what I like is this bottom support that it made, and the fact that it's making higher lows and higher highs now again. So I see it's possible to retest these highs once again, especially as volume starts to increase back into the market. All right. And then and then FXI, this is the Chinese large to mid cap Chinese stocks. So this is where you find your NEOs, your DDs, basically your Chinese stocks. So as far as trades now, here's some trades I made today on my demo. I just be making a lot of trades, but this is a demo. So focus on with my right here. So look, FXI right here. So I bought this May 20th, $26 put for $18. So it basically finished the day at broke even. But now if I look up this option and see what it's been, so this is the May 20th, $26 put on FXI. May 20th. And this right here, the $26 put. So what I like about it, look at the open interest. It has 54,000 in the open interest, which means there's a lot of people betting on the demise. So go to number 2, go to the chart, and go to number 2. And this is where the option prices have been. So you see, before and back in March, it hit a high of $199. And then since then, we see that it hit a low of $11. And now it's going for about 18, 19. So to me, this is just the fact that it fell for so far and there's a lot of time on it. I see that it is possible for this to reclaim some of the area where it was before. You guys understand? So so this is if China really falls and and within a month, this could potentially print. The other one, what else did I play? That's commodity. Okay, this is down. So this is uranium. So this is so Russia, it accounts for about 40% of the world's uranium, and uranium is going up as well. So if I go to chart, and then see. So this is what happened to uranium came down. So to me, I'm watching it to see if I can get a buyable pullback. But I'm watching it right here because it's support. So if it continues to break down, I gotta really watch to see if it will bounce at this support. Any questions? I know I'm throwing a bunch of different plays at you guys.
So you would buy in this uranium play, you'd buy when it break support at what is that?
So,
Right below
I wouldn't buy at that point. I would wait to see if it's gonna hit the next support. Basically, what I'm waiting for is for it to bounce at a support. That makes sense?
You're waiting for it to bounce what?
At a support.
Oh, at a support and see if it holds.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I need that bounce because overall it's still on the uptrend. So right now, if it's pulling back, I'm thinking that it's just a pullback. You know what I mean? Because it's still on the uptrend. But once it breaks a certain level, then it's like, oh wow, But because I know what's going on with uranium, I'm definitely watching this one. The other one, oh yeah, ARLP. This is the one that I'm in as well. ARLP. This is the coal play. So I'm watching a bunch of these commodities. But what I would tell you guys, don't focus on all of them. My top one is wheat. My favorite and top one is wheat because I've been buying shares of this. You know what I mean? And the main thing, I know that Russia and Ukraine, they make together, they make about, I forgot what percentage of the world's wheat, but it's a large percentage. I think it's like 40% or something like that. And wheat prices already started going up. And during this spike, I got in on wheat, and I was able to profit. Like I think I got in on like this around this day, and I wrote it up to here, and that was $600 in profit off about $150 invested. So I'm trying to run it again, but we move slow, which is kind of like why I like it, because you can take your time. But when it does run, it runs. So we would be my first pick. After that would be oil. Like and oil, you can just play XLE. You can play XLE, play oil that way. You can be fancy with the BNOs. You can play UNG, United States Natural Gas. There's a lot, but as you can see, UNG has been going off, United States Natural Gas. But when you see things like this, you got to be careful so that you enter at a good point and make sure that it's not overextended on you. Does that make sense? Because a lot of people are going to be chasing this move. And it's like it would have been best to get in like 3 days ago, you know? So, but that doesn't mean that it's over. But it's like if you want to get in, you have to get in at a safe point. Because if this comes down, you see this gap right here, it could fill the gap and come down to the next candle. But I'll definitely watch. So basically what I'm telling you guys is to watch these and to basically pick your entries. But if you want to do anything, just buy the wheat, buy the fund, just buy wheat. It's like $11.
Can you go back to the gas one?
The BNO or natural gas.
Natural gas, I believe it was.
UNG. So this is UNG. This is United States Natural Gas.
Now, if you would have got in
I'll go back
down in this area somewhere,
like around over here.
yeah, maybe in this area somewhere, right in here. Like when it went down, like this green dot over to your right there.
Right here.
If you would have got into play right there and just rode this all the way up,
10,000%.
that's awesome.
Off our options, because on the stock you're already doubling 100% of stock. So you're getting like if you stay in this play for all this time, easily 10,000%. Like I see that easily.
How long? How many days is that?
Let's see. I'll count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, never mind.
I don't know. 30. Oh, there's a date right here too. February. So that's like 60 days. Something like that. 50 days.
I just held it. Just didn't do nothing.
Just held the option and just let it roll. Put a couple months of time on it. And just let it inflate. So this is why, like, if you were to get here, what you would do is buy multiple contracts. You know, so that as it goes along, you could sell some because nobody's gonna hold something forever. You know what I mean?
Okay. So you would set up 2 or 3 different.
Multiple. I'll try to get 10, and then sell some as it goes along, and save some and let that way I could leave like 3 or 4 of them to just run and not sell.
But you would buy all 10 on that one day in February.
Yeah, if I was lucky enough. Yep.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, but you see a lot of, but no, wheat is even more parabolic. You see the wheat chart? Wheat is an elevator. Look at these. Look at it right here. It went up like an elevator. You see what I mean? Like it went up like an elevator. Like I know it looks more dramatic on TradingView, but you could still see how it looks. What it did? Yeah. Like let me go on TradingView. To me, this is the elevator. You guys, you see this right here? It's going straight vertical. Elevator, up, down, up, down. And look from 7 to this, it didn't take as many days. You know what I mean? I don't know. You see what I'm talking about, Byron? Buying?
Yes, so what would be the play for right now with that inverted hammer?
This right here. This is, you gotta put time on it. I would just either buy shares, right? Buy shares of the stock over time slowly, or wait to see if this breaks from where it's at right now. So wait to see. So one thing you can always do is make a line between the top and the bottom and see which way it breaks. Because I think it's gonna continue to break, but it might pull back and offer you a better entry. So that's why I say I would buy shares right now because the price is still really cheap in this range. And buy options that expire with time, like October. Like these options right here. For the other one. So these options right here. And they expire in October. So you can go for the main ones. If you go to the main ones, you gotta be close to the money. But I don't even want to risk that. I'd rather just get these in October. These right here, the $16 call on wheat going for about 87 bucks. Throughout the day it'll fluctuate. You might be able to get it for 80, you know. But maybe if wheat comes down, you might be able to get it for 70, 60. But all in all, it still is a good price point, and you'll have until October for the price of wheat to get closer to $16. All right. So that's about it. You guys have any questions?
Yeah, I need to find out what happened to my trade last night.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was weird. I know do you want to share your screen?
Yeah, no problem. You gotta give me access.
All right.
And- And after you look at that, can you tell us how ET's doing?
Okay.
Go to ET first.
All right. There's the ET. So one reason why I like ET early is because you guys see this inverted head and shoulders. Like this is the head right here, and this is the shoulder right here, and this is the shoulder right here, right? Multiple shoulders that make a shoulder. But when I look at it, we see today, so I see this too. I see the trend line that it's been respecting, that it's been on, basically going from here to here, right? You guys see that trend line? So ET is basically in what's called an ascending triangle, where it actually broke out today and it came back. So ET is in a very good spot. It's in a very good spot. And like the thing about when you see this pattern, when you see the triangle get tighter and tighter, because right here is what you call the apex of the triangle. So when you get near the apex, it's gonna make a big move. The big move could be to the down, the big move could be to the up. But it's looking like it's probably gonna be to the up just because of how it's been performing. But how does that for analysis for you?
Yes, it's helpful. I just wish I would have got in when you told us to.
Well, there's so if you want to see something that actually has an opportunity to get in right now, I would look at PCG. This is one I really been championing. So look at PCG. You see what I did was I drew a channel. I drew two channels that intersected. So one channel from like this low going through right here, and then this one going through right here. So right now I see that it's chilling in the middle, in the bottom of both channels. So this is giving it a big opportunity where it could bounce. So because if you look at the channel, you want to get in at support. So if this support is really holding like it seems to be, this could be a really good entry. PCG. Because it already came up here and it pulled back healthily. So
For a put, I mean, excuse me, for a call,
for a call, yeah, the calls that I have is on the June 17th ones.
June 17th.
Yeah, June
Thank you.
17th, $17 call. Cause I'm aiming for the $17 target or the 15. Yeah. So all right, Byron. I had about a minute, so I don't have much time.
I will do it. I will look at it offline. Check it out later.
Later. All right, cool. Yeah. And this is the option right here. Last thing, ECG, June 17th. Right here, $17 call. Going for $5. I got 21 contracts. I think I'm gonna get 21 more.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, everybody.
All right.
All right, thanks.
Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you.
All right. See y'all.
Thank you.
See y'all tomorrow.
Okay.
You're welcome.